Hey, welcome back to video 2 of the Bedrock block tutorial series. So where we left off, we made our block template. It places it in game. It looks really weird. And yeah, so let's get into the meat and bones of block making. We are going to use our block template and make a new block. So step one is what we're going to do. There's two types of blocks. There's a geo block and then a non-geo block. From my experiences, non-geo block, they can use redstone. For the life of me, I cannot get redstone to work with geo blocks. I'm not saying it's not possible. Just from the extent of my knowledge, I haven't been able to. I don't know if they updated that yet or not. So let's get to it. So we have our pack. I'm opening it up. My pack is named Zombie Class. Your pack could be named whatever you want. This is our template right here. We are going to make a duplicate. So we're going to right click on here, click duplicate, and then let's make a green block. Now when you're naming this, you want this to be a very simple name. You want to be able to look at this name and know exactly what block that is. So since we're going to make a green block, we don't want to name this like purple block. We want it to easily reference the block that we're about to code. So we're going to confirm. Now we are going to open up. The first thing, oh yeah, one thing I want to do in the template is change the version. We want to boost this up to about 160. Reason is they actually updated blocks, I want to say at 50. I don't remember exactly, but this version will work for us. So in here, we're going to change this to 60 also. Then you notice when you make a change, see this green block right here, how it's italics. When you hit save, it actually goes back to normal. That's how you know your block is saved. And when we're working on this, just so you can see how Bridge actually physically works, this is kind of cool. I'm going to open up in Visual Studio. You do not have to open up in Visual Studio. I'm just doing this so you actually get an idea how the Bridge program actually works and what it does. So this is the block that we're working on. Yeah, the green block. Then this is where we're going to code on. But you could see as I'm making the changes here and saving it, it's actually going to change the hard code. So let's get to it. So first, we always want to use our identifier. And let's make this more visual appealing. If we click up in here, go in project namespace, name this what your identifier is going to be. The only thing this does is visual. And I spelled it wrong, didn't I? Boop. Maybe it just didn't update. There we go. There it is. I thought Bridge was going to prove me wrong. Nope. It just makes your identifier red just so it's easier just to view. It makes it just visual. It does not affect your code at all, but I just kind of like how it looks. So, this block doesn't need to be rotatable because it is going to be solid, so we can delete traits. Traits are only used when you are mutating blocks or rotating them. We will get to that in later lessons. That is more complex. Premutations, we do not need it since we are not going to rotate this block. This is just going to be a base color. We want to change our selection box to be true. In fact, one thing I recommend doing is actually in here, just to make this true. That way when you are, because there's going to be only a really rare chance you're ever going to want your selection box off. You actually don't even have to have this, but it will come useful later down the road. So we'll just do that true. Destructible by mining. We'll keep it at 1 second. We'll boost up the explosion. We'll make our green block strong. We'll do like 3,000. No friction. We'll just do normal friction. We can. One thing that's also, we don't actually have to have this. We can delete it. Since we have a template over here, we have all those saved in here, so we don't actually have to look it up. Now watch this. You see this code? I'm actually going to hit save. See how it automatically changed our settings to the hard code? Pretty dope. Green block doesn't need to be flammable. We are not going to do geometry, so we can delete this and delete material instance. The only time that we would use material instance on a non-geo block if it's going to be glass. But this is not going to be glass. We're not going to make our green block glow. Light damper, if you're making it like a solid block, I'd recommend a 15. I think. Let's check out the values actually. So say we were unsure what the max value is. If we right click on any of these components, Bridge is linked up to all the documentation. So we can actually look up the newest documentation on Minecraft Bedrock. So let's see. There's flammable, friction, light damper, and 15 is the max. This is like the Minecraft like Bible for block coding. It tells you every single component that you can add to your block, like map color, loot, and it explains how to use it over here. I look this up constantly, and it even gives you examples. A really good read. Just if you're ever bored in your experience, like if you wanted to read about Minecraft add-ons, this literally tells you everything. Really, really useful. So let's go back. Okay, light damper in 15. Map color, we are making a green block. So boom. Alrighty. So now the behavior pack is done. That is all we need to do in behavior. Later on, when we get down to recipes, we will have another step in behavior. But for now, this is it. Resource pack. Now we need to make a green texture. So we are going to open this up. Now this is going to be simple. One way we can do it is either use that paint program that I sent you on there, or we could even open up our block in Blockbench. So boom, boom. Now the only thing we are going to use this is for a paint program. So this is our block that we coded. If we go into here, then we will do duplicate. Then right here, we are going to pick a nice pretty color. Boom. We'll make it really, really bright. And boom. So now if our block is going to be that green. Crazy green. So anyways, we are going to save this. We're going to hit save as. Then we will get this screen right here. Zombie class, textures block. This is exactly where we want to save it. So we will go from here. And I'm going to name it green. Boom. Now we have a green texture. One thing I do recommend while we're here is to actually go in here, show and explore. So it will actually pop up right here is where you saved your textures. We are going to go back 1, back 2, back 3, back 4. You'll get to this screen. Once you're at this screen, back up 1 more, then you'll see this Mojang. Right click on Mojang. You're going to want to pin to quick access. So it appears right here. You're going to be going into this folder more times than you can count. Now the way that this folder works is these are your developmental packs. They automatically update for your test packs. So anything you change here will automatically update on your test world. Unlike your behaviors where you would have to add a new manifest, like your actual packs. So now that we got that on our quick bar, we can exit out that. We got our green texture. We can exit out of Blockbench or the paint program. So now let's go into our resource side. And our resource side, what we are going to first do is open up the tab blocks. Now what we're going to do is go down here. Now our block is called, we want to type in identifier. Will be zombie green. Did we change that? No, we did not. You always want to make sure that's our template. Boom, green. You always want to make sure that you change your identifier, because this now means this is a new block going to be called zombie green. So we go into here. Now we have our zombie green. So let's edit our stats. This is going to be add blocks. So from here, we sound. Sound is what sound the block is going to make. You can go crazy. You can make it realistic, however you want. You do have to choose from the preset sounds that Minecraft has. So we will make this sound like cloth. Why not? Now we will go into textures from here. Now we need to type in what is basically what I personally do is I go zombie underscore green. What this right here is going to do, oh, I always forget to do that. We got to force values. I'm so sorry. Boom, boom. So, boom, zombie green. Force values. There we go. So now, when the block gets opened up in resource, it's going to open up this, and then it's going to say, okay, the block is going to sound like cloth. The texture, we need to look up zombie green for the texture. So now save this. Boom. Once that is saved, go to textures. Then you have Terran textures. This is where it's going to reference this into this file so it grabs the right texture. So right there's our template block. What we want to do is now type in zombie. Well, your identifier. Whatever you're using as your identifier, that's what you want to do. So, Bob Green, whatever. Reason why I do it this way is so I never rename on top of Minecraft stuff. Because if I just named it like, Dragonfire, it's actually going to replace the texture of Dragonfire. So I know 100% sure that I'm not going to overwrite anything Bedrock does. I always do it like this. Zombie green, your identifier first, then what the block is. So now that we got that, we're going to go into textures. From here, if we were doing it in VS Code, we would do this a little bit different, obviously, but we are just going to make this simple to U, which is 0, then path, and then we pick out our texture. We named it green. Right there is the path. It is saved underneath textures, blocks green, so now that is saved. Now we do need to go into components. We need to add one thing in here, a display name. We can now, this right here is identifier. This is what we would use for the give command. Display name is what it's going to display when you hover over it in the crafting table, and what other players say. So we will put green block, and we can have capital letters there too. And we need to change the map color to green. That way it's appropriate. And we just made a new block. Look at this. Boom, boom. Test world pack. So one thing that's cool is in these textures over here, while my game's loading up, resource, where's my zombie class? Right here. Textures, blocks. These are 16 by 16. Like I said, you can boost it up to 124 to get high definition. You can do some really crazy designs in there, but we'll do that later on the road. Let me drag my Minecraft over here. Boom, boom. There we go. Now let's take a look at our green block. It is really green. Give you an idea how green that is. This is their green. We could even do their light green. If they have a light green. They might not have a gray light. No, that's their lightest green. Yeah, that's like a really lime green there that we made. You could really be full, really be doing some crazy stuff with that. So that is how to make normal base color blocks. So yeah, this will be the end of video 2. Thank you for following me. Like and share my contact if you like it. And then you can add as many blocks as you want this way too. You can do every single color of the rainbow. Next video we'll get in a little bit more complicated textures, and if we're doing non-geos we might as well, if we can fit it, animation, like animation blocks. So yeah, looking forward to you guys at my next class. Have a good one.